Hi everyone, this is Abby Copenhaver, your instructor this semester. My name is Abigail, but I go by Abby, so that's fine. You can just call me Abby in your emails and things like that. So welcome to Nutrition, Introduction to Nutrition online version. So this is a condensed class, so a typical semester is around 16 weeks, and this is going to be, I believe, a 13-week class. So the way this class works is we'll have 7 modules, and each module will cover 2 chapters. So we cover 14 chapters altogether, and in each module you'll be responsible for 3 different grading components, and I'll go over those. So I'm actually taking over this class from Isaac Grooms, who is a full-time faculty member at FLCC, and so all of the content was developed by her. You'll just see me kind of tweaking it to my teaching style as we go. So this video obviously is me, but some of the all the modules have videos at the beginning to kind of go over the content and what you need to accomplish. So some of those videos I'm going to leave with Izzy talking to you, and then I'm going to try to update some of them as we go along. So mostly you have 2 weeks to complete the modules, but because of our condensed schedule, some of the weeks are 10 or 11 days instead of 2 weeks. So for example, hopefully you're watching this video either sometime after February 10th, but before the 13th, So you'll have until next Saturday to complete your first module. So it'll be a partial 2 weeks instead of full 2 weeks. And it's the same thing with spring break and with your final module because we end on a Thursday, so you won't get quite 2 weeks for your last module. So the most important thing is to go to, whenever you go into our course, you want to go right to learning modules unless there's any announcements. And under learning modules, you'll find all the modules. You'll find this introduction video, and right under the introduction video is course information. And in your course information is where you'll find all the documents that have syllabus-like material. So the course schedule with all the due dates and when stuff will be available for you is in there. So my first recommendation, even before buying the book or getting access to the book, is printing out that course schedule and either copying it into your planner or your calendar, however you want to do it, just so that you know when all those due dates are. Predominantly, if there's 2 weeks, I'll have everything open on a Sunday and close on a Saturday. But if it's a partial week, things will close possibly on a Wednesday. So you'll have to remember that. For the book, you don't actually have to buy it if you don't want to. We have an e-version of it, and right in the welcome note, I have the link listed so you can download the PDF version. You can either print it yourself, or if you want a printed version, you can buy it at the bookstore for, I think, $35 new, or used for $25. So if you don't want to spend the money, you don't have to, but if you need a tangible book, it's for the print cost that it costs FLCC to print it. And it's actually a 2-booklet book because FLCC couldn't bind the whole thing. So it's actually 2 booklets together. So the book is really important though, because it kind of streamlines all the content that we're going to cover. All those 14 chapters are in that book, and how we'll cover them. But the way the modules will work is within those 2 chapters that you'll cover in the modules, there'll be 3 things that you'll be graded on. We'll do the discussion post, a writing assignment, and then your quiz. So with your discussion post, I will post a discussion question relevant to the content of those chapters. And then you guys will be responsible for replying to my question and then also replying to a classmate's reply. So you might have to go back on there a couple times. So if you answer, if you reply to my question right after I put it on there, you'll probably have to go back maybe a couple days, either wait for your other classmates to respond to them. And really what we're looking for is to facilitate what class discussion you would have if we were in the classroom. So I'm looking for the responses to have a lot of content. So either pulling content from the book or using an anecdotal story, really to foster conversation. And it really needs to show that you put some effort into the content and that you're, pulling in, whether it's an article you saw or something like that, not just a one worded, or a one sentence response being like, I agree, that's awesome. We want some content so that you provide material for your other classmates to reply back to as well. And then moving on to your written assignment, this is hopefully not what you guys will see as busy work. I realize some of you are taking this class for a foundational class if you're in healthcare studies, or it might just be a class you're taking to fulfill a science requirement, which is fine. But I hope that everybody has content that they can take away and use in their life and in their career, because everybody eats, and you'll come across, hopefully it'll equip you with skills so that you can kind of navigate the path of nutrition and food for yourself and your family, if you're not going on to healthcare studies and taking more in-depth nutrition classes and whatnot. So those written assignments reflect, again, the content that we're covering, and it's nothing too involved, but it's definitely kind of application to put the material to practice so that it kind of solidifies it. And then the third thing you'll be graded on is your quiz. So you'll always have a self-quiz that you can practice to kind of get an idea of what the questions will be like, taking the content and putting it in question form, and then you can take the quiz and go ahead and do that. So there's no exams per se, there's just quizzes under each unit. And at the end of the semester, there's a survey that, of course, we would love for you to fill out for the class. So I'm super easygoing. This is my first semester with just an online class. I am a heavy Blackboard user for my in-person classes, but I've never had just students online. But I had taken myself, I was a student, my master's was 100% online. So I'm pretty savvy with Blackboard from that aspect, but I just want to make sure you guys feel super comfortable with the content. Definitely look through if anything seems, doesn't make sense or isn't straightforward. Definitely email me. On your sidebar of Blackboard, there's either ask a question or email Abby, the instructor, so you can email me right away. I'm usually pretty good with email. I do travel a little bit, but that's why I love Blackboard, because I can have access to it anywhere. So I am on campus sometimes, so if for some reason you really want to meet in person, again, email me. We can set something up. But other than that, I hope you guys have fun and learn tons of great information that you guys can use. And I look forward to meeting you guys virtually in our online classroom. Thanks, guys.